I hate my child. My husband and I did everything right. We went to school. We started careers, we got married and bought a house. We have a savings account and we made sure we were emotionally, financially and mentally ready for a child. Throughout my pregnancy I consumed no caffeine, very little sugar, obviously no drugs or alcohol. I was completely healthy, 26, and had a picture-perfect pregnancy. My husband was supportive, involved and loving throughout the entire pregnancy. Then we had a healthy baby boy. He never smiled. Never made eye contact. Never babbled. We recognized signs of delay and got immediate early intervention. Our son has had services since the age of 7 months. I have advocated for him tirelessly, as has my husband. We sold our house and moved closer to a better special needs school. We are all in therapy and support groups. We are doing everything right. My son is nonverbal. He is not toilet trained. He can feed himself dried cereal and fruits only. Getting him to drink anything, let alone water, is almost impossible. We have to give him 4 hydration multiple times a month. He is 11 now and large and strong. He has punched me several times, he has knocked my husband's tooth out, he has damaged my shoulder to the point that my right arm no longer raises past my head. He screams at random moments so loudly that my ears ring. We have to lock him in a sleep-safe bed, otherwise he will cause absolute havoc. He has started fires, touches himself in public, shoves all caretakers into walls and doors and humps them. We have no friends. Family will not visit us and we are no longer invited to anything. We can't FaceTime into events since it triggers a meltdown. My house is a war zone, and my husband and I are scared of our increasingly strong son. We cannot have pets. We had to rehome our cat when he tried to throw her at the age of 3. My husband and I have not been on a date in 6 years. We wanted more children and that's impossible with our current life. I hate him. I fear him. He has ruined my life. He has taken everything from my husband and one wish I would die in my sleep rather than deal with him one more moment. My husband is equally burnt out and miserable. We have had enough. We are in the process of finding a residential home for him. We will pay until he is 18 and then we are done. If we cannot find a residential place for him soon, I am taking him to the police station and signing over my rights. My husband is as well. We will not try for another child, I can't risk having another one like him. I hate him. I hate his blank stare and his strong hands. I hate slipping on his half-dried jizz in random parts of the house. I want to forget he exists. I want to rejoin the world. COVID was hell for us, no school, no services, just us trying to survive. I wish I had aborted him. I wish I had never met the love of my life and had a child with him. I wish I was dead. I refuse to parent a broken child anymore. He is a blank shell of a person and he feels nothing for any of us. Update/reply. Needless to say, my husband and I are overwhelmed by all this. Thank you for the kindness and compassion you've shown. I am a frequent Reddit reader, but have never posted before. I posted in a moment of anger and frustration and desperation, and I'm so glad I did. I don't hate my son, not really. But I can't live with him much longer, and neither can my husband. He will only get bigger and stronger, and my husband is especially afraid of hurting him trying to defend himself/me or even stop my son from self-harming. His blood pressure is through the roof. We have found 2 residential programs with separate facilities for children and adults, where he can spend the rest of his days. One is a 6-hour drive, one is a 6-hour flight. We haven't flown with him since he was 4 and frankly I will not do that to us, the other passengers and most importantly to him. A few frequent questions answered because I don't think it's possible to get to everyone and I'm heading to bed. His diagnosis: he has severe autism. He is nonverbal and not toilet trained. He's not the autistic that does puzzles and is amazing at math and has special interests and some sensory issues, not to belittle anyone who is going through that or has someone going through it. I see you and you're a valid person. He is completely non-functional, to put it plainly. He has profound mental retardation, occupational defiance disorder, and will not get better. We have been to specialists all over the country and live in an area and have access to incredible care. We have had his brain studied. Usually parts of the brain will show signs of activity when stimulated by an outside source. My husband and I, pictures of cute dogs, favorite toys and food. His brain doesn't work like that. He loves me no more or less than he loves anything, which is not at all. It's a hard pill to swallow for sure, but it is reality. Adoption: we will not be trying for another child. Frankly, we are terrified this will happen again, as unlikely as that is. I would spend my entire pregnancy scared and I am tired of being scared. We would like to adopt, but residential care even with insurance is expensive and we would not be able to feel like we could properly provide for more than the child we have now. It's an ongoing discussion and not one we will solve anytime soon. We have a lot of healing and work ahead of us to just be people again. I also want to acknowledge something: we are upper middle class professionals living in a very developed, wealthy area. We have access to services, doctors, insurance, a home, schools, and professionals that many do not. We are educated and have enough time to advocate for ourselves and our son. Many special need caregivers do not have any of this. My heart breaks for them, and my messages are open. That we can put our child in a facility is a privilege that shouldn't be a privilege. That we can basically give him away and know he's safe is a reality that many don't face.